Hey everyone, how are you? I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee, and you're watching Open. It's that live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. You can stay connected to us through social media at BronxNet TV. Now, leading things off, our first guest is a renowned producer, consultant, and mentor. He does a whole lot, and he's done a whole lot in the past. And he's here with us today to talk about how he has spotted and mentored some of the most talented artists in the entertainment industry. And he shares some hidden gems too. You don't want to miss it. And he talks about how you can achieve success. So please welcome to the show, Mark Schoenfeld. Mark, how are you? How you feeling? How you doing?
I'm doing good, Dr. Bob Lee. What a pleasure to be with you. Pleasure to be back in the Bronx through virtual.
There you go. And perhaps we'll get together and we'll be able to sit down and talk and break some bread also.
That will happen. That will one day happen soon.
Now, you've been through a whole lot. You said you started in the music business at age 18 or 16? Tell us about it.
At 18, there was an ad in the New York Times for a co-writer for a guy named Erwin Levine, who was in 1650 Broadway, which is the music building.
Oh, I used to go there to get records and get records done.
Yeah,
they had a Sunshine Records on, I think it was the 8th floor or something like that, and you can go and burn a platter. But go ahead.
Yes, I mean, it's the Brill Building and 1650 Broadway was the music business. That's what it was.
Yes.
And there was a line around the block, and back then it was only guys with guitars. We all answered the ad in the New York Times. My mother was the one who told me about the ad. I wasn't reading the New York Times, and you had to have an original song or two. And I'm waiting in line. And as I'm waiting in line, it's around the block. And as I'm getting closer, I could hear that people are singing and they sing great. And I'm not a singer. And they're playing and they're finger picking. And I can play 4 chords, you know. And I said, I don't have a chance. I got to get off this line. But I stayed. Something kept me there. I stayed, and I could tell that people never finished their song. They were in and out within 40 seconds.
Wow,
And so I go in, and the guy's about just 8, 9 years older than me. His name is Erwin Levine. And at that time, he had a song on the radio. Bob, you might remember this song. I'm much older than you, but you still might remember. It was a hit. It was called Black Pearl, Pretty Little Girl.
Yeah.
And he also had another song called This Diamond Ring by Gary Lewis and the Playboys.
Okay.
Another song. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, my mother and my sister were big record collectors. So yeah, we had lots of music being played all the time. Yes.
He had another song with Blood, Sweat, and Tears. So I go in and he says, okay, play an original song. And I think it's not going to happen for me. And I play him a song called Canada, and it's about me avoiding army service. I don't want to go to Vietnam. It's a really honest song because it says, if you hurt my mother, I can kill you. It's not that I can't kill you. I can kill you. But I don't want to go to this place and get killed. I'm chicken, and I'm going to go to Canada and avoid all. And as I'm playing it, I realize he's not kicking me out like everyone else. And I finish, and he goes, I love it. I absolutely love it. And he says, do you have another one? I said, I do. I have another one. What's it called? Canada. Same song? No, different song, same subject.
Yeah.
Same subject because I have more to say, but I made a different song. And by the way, I only played 1 chord, E minor. That's it. 1 chord. And I would bang the guitar like this, bang the strings like this. And he said, go into that room over there and write this for me. And he played this song by the Turtles called Imagine Me and You. I do Happy Together.
Yeah, Happy Together.
Yes. He said, write me that. And he sends me into another room that has a piano. I bring my guitar. And he says he'll keep auditioning people. And all I did was invert the chords. So I figured out the chords in my head, which were the same 4 chords that I knew, and just inverted them and wrote a song called Summer Snow. So I peeked my head out And I said, I'm done. He stops the audition. He brings me in. I play this song called Summer Snow. He says, you're hired. All of a sudden, after school every day, went to Evander High School in the Bronx.
Wow.
After school every day, I go into Manhattan to 1650 Broadway, and I'm working with him. And there's Carole King and Neil Sedaka and Neil Diamond and all these guys and girls that are writing songs, and I'm working with them. And that's how it all started with me.
Wow. That's great. Now, are you still in contact with some of them?
No, I mean, I got Erwin Levine. I actually quit because at that time I couldn't take having a boss, and he was making me write, you know, teeny bopper songs, right? Like Happy Together, like that.
Yeah.
You know, like that.
That's exactly what they called them back then, right?
Yes.
Teeny bopper song.
So I quit, but he went on to write all the songs for Tony Orlando and Dawn, Knock 3 Times, and
On the Ceiling If You Want Me.
Yeah, and Candida, and Tie a Yellow Ribbon Around the Old Oak Tree. He became very, very rich and very successful. And I thought my life was over. But I learned something from that experience. Why did I get in and all those other people in line didn't?
Exactly.
They were better than me. There's no doubt they were better than me. But what they weren't was they weren't unique. He was never going to take that song Canada. It wasn't going to get on the radio. It was a protest song. But it was completely unique to, if I would have written Summer Snow, which is what he took to sign me, I wouldn't have gotten in. It was that I wrote a song that was unique, and that's what he liked.
Yeah, it spoke to what was happening at the time, though.
Yes, right? Exactly. And then he molded me to say, well, the money is in teeny bop, the songs, not in what you're writing. But what he loved was the uniqueness of how I banged that guitar and what I wrote. So there's a lesson that I learned.
We need a whole hour for you because I know you're a wealth of information, and I would love to sit down and talk to you forever, you know?
Yes.
But tell us about what you're doing now, and what is the key to what you're doing?
So what I'm doing now, I wrote a Broadway musical. I sold 5 scripts to Hollywood. They called me the pitch man of Hollywood. So that's all in my past. And in my old age now, what I do is I'm a consultant to people that are trying to get in to the different lanes of show business.
Because you've been there. You've worked with a lot of the record companies, a lot of the film organizations. Tell us about those organizations before you talk about that key.
Yes. So the thing is that I know what they're looking for. And what they're looking for is the average person that believes they have the talent and the it factor or the star quality. They don't understand what these film companies and production companies, studios, and the record labels. I'm not talking about, YouTube and TikTok and that. I'm talking the traditional showbiz. They are looking for something, and most people don't know. So I'm sure, Barb, that you have a lot of people who are so talented, but they sound like something else that's already happening. And that is the kiss of death. So if you're a rapper, and I'm only bringing up rapping because of the Bronx, because I know it started there. If you're
there you go.
Right? If you're a rapper and you sound like what is happening right now, and you want to get signed to a major record label, it's not going to happen.
So if you sound too commercial, that's not what they're looking for.
If you're following a trend, it won't happen. You have to bust that trend, break that trend, and come up with something unique. So what I do now is I am a finder of stars, and then I'm a maker of stars.
There you go.
But everyone can't be a star. So it's a secret to what it takes to be a star. Because in the end, they're not looking for someone that's great. They're looking for someone that has star quality, which doesn't mean you have to be great.
Yeah. And some of the companies that you've worked for in the past, you worked with Michael Jackson.
I worked for Capitol Records, EMI, Manhattan, Motown, Epic, as an executive and as a producer writer. And as far as movies, I worked for Orion Pictures, or Warner Brothers, DreamWorks, Disney, and it goes on. You know,
and you had some extensive business partners. Who were they?
Oh, absolutely. Well, you know, you always make friends with everyone you work for, right? So the guy who taught me so much is the former president of Epic Records. He signed Michael Jackson away from Motown. His name is Ron Alexenberg. Freddie DeMann was my partner in a business together where we're finding talent, and he managed Madonna, Michael Jackson, Shakira, back in the day, Earth, Wind and Fire, or Lionel Richie, the Commodores, legendary people. Hugh Jackman was my partner.
Woo!
Broadway, I had a Broadway musical in 2004. It wasn't called The Bronx, it was called Brooklyn. But it wasn't about Brooklyn, it was about a girl named Brooklyn. And that toured all over the world. So my network is extensive. You know, I was signed by Jeffrey Katzenberg at DreamWorks, Len White at Orion Pictures. So, you know, I can contact any of these guys if I find someone with the right script or the right talent.
Fair enough. Mark, we thank you and appreciate you, and you're always welcome back. This is your home.
Thank you. Pleasure, my friend. Pleasure.
Yes. Mark Schoenfeld, talent finder and consultant. He is looking and he has the information. You have to, whatever you do, you have to get the knowledge of what to do, what to say, and how to be. And he's been through it. He'll take you to it. All right. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
All right. We'll take a break. More Open on the way next.